What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jay Renee with Prison Ride Radio. I hope that you're doing well. This afternoon, we got a brother on the phone by the name of Matthew McKinnon. He's here to talk to us about his wrongful conviction as well as his book that is based on that story. So we're going to jump right into it so we can see what's going on with him and give him an opportunity to tell us what's up. All right, bro. Bro, how you doing?
Man, I'm blessed, Jay Renee. How about yourself?
I can't complain. I'm blessed as well. I appreciate you for coming, and we're going to make sure we jump right into it so we can maximize the time, okay? So,
Okay, I'm with you.
all right. So tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Okay, so basically, I'm from South Bend, Indiana. I was born in Buchanan, Michigan. But my mother, who was a diehard Christian, she moved me at the age of 3 to Indiana back in 1986 when she met my stepfather. As far back as I can remember, from that point forward, I was treated as an out-of-towner, an outcast by my peers because I wasn't like everybody else. I wasn't in the streets. I wasn't gang-affiliated, and I ain't have any known local family to protect me. So all I had as a foundation was what my parents was teaching me, which was be a good kid, stay out of trouble, and if anybody bullied me, just walk away. That turned the other cheek philosophy. But after so much of being ostracized and picked on, I got tired of it and started fighting back. That led me to being jumped, and once I started catching them alone and punishing them with my fist, that's when they started shooting at me. So I ended up having to drop out of high school in like the 11th grade, just try to stay alive, and because I couldn't really concentrate on my schoolwork. Unfortunately, the childhood beef turned more serious and led me to juvie and eventually to doing 18 months in prison for a criminal recklessness charge. And when I was released in 2002, at the age of 18, I bumped into my high school crush. She had 3 kids at the age of 21, and the father of her 2 youngest babies had been murdered. So she wasn't the same. We started dating. I poured all of myself into her, and we fell in love. But her boys and family members was the same dudes I had beef with as a kid. So that beef was reignited once they found out I was raising his kids. And to make a long story short, she moved me down to Atlanta with her to get me out of the hood. We got married in 2003, and all was well until it wasn't. We went home for the holidays in 2004, and these same dudes did a drive-by on my parents' home, ultimately forcing me to take a life to protect my own and the lives of my loved ones. All of my so-called homeboys turned state witnesses and took the stand on me, and my wife left me for dead once I was convicted of murder. After the trial, I discovered the decedent died with a gun in his hand, with his finger on the trigger and a live round in the chamber. But because my trial lawyer was working with the prosecutor and the judge, the jury never heard that evidence. So for the past 18 years straight, I've been fighting in the courts to expose all of this. But since anything can happen in prison and tomorrow ain't promised to nobody, I wanted to tell my story instead of allowing my ops and the media to control the narrative, which is what motivated me to write No Fairy Tale, Witness of a Lost Nation.
Okay. That's a lot of information, bro. A lot had happened. So I want to bring some clarity to some things. So you have been incarcerated for this murder charge for 18 years?
Yes, ma'am, since 2005.
Okay. And I know that you're saying that it was self-defense. So can you shed a little bit more light on what happened that day and how you ended up, mixed up in a crossfire and shooting back?
Yes, I can. It was Thanksgiving Eve, 2004. I was going to get my hair cut. To fast forward, I went to my homeboy house who was cutting my hair. He wasn't there. He happened to be across the street. When we went across the street, I was getting somehow one of the main dudes who was a part of the drive-by walked into the house that I was in. He seen me, I saw him, he pistol, trying to take my life, and I caught him before he caught me.
Okay. Now, when it comes to your trial and your lawyer and stuff, do you feel like you had good representation?
Not at all. They played me. They railroaded me.
All right, so explain what happened there.
Okay, basically what they did was, first of all, it was at least 5, 6 eyewitnesses who had already put me at the scene of the homicide the day that it happened.
Okay.
When all of this was being done undercover behind closed doors. I didn't find it out until years later after I got all of the paperwork. But my lawyer basically swapped me out. He filed some paperwork to say that I wasn't at the scene. The prosecutor basically told the judge, since his lawyer is saying that he wasn't at the scene of the crime, then the victim's gun is irrelevant. It's called a motion in limine. They filed a motion in limine excluding the gun from the trial. And on the first day of trial, my lawyer came in and abandoned the alibi defense, but never brought the gun back into play. And then he told me don't take the stand. And I'm from the old school, so I didn't want to get up there and tell my story because I looked at it like I was putting too much. If I would have did that, that would have been me putting too much information out there, and that was almost too close to telling. So I took his professional.
Professional opinion.
Yeah, I took his professional opinion and advice and didn't take the stand. But now looking back in retrospect, the jury was looking at it like your life on the line and you ain't got nothing to say. So they basically brought all my so-called homeboys in. They all told the jury that I had a gun. I was the one who did it, but nobody told them why. So I ended up getting convicted of murder.
Okay.
And it made it look like I just killed a man for no reason.
Okay, I got you. So your lawyer at no time ever said anything about that you was defending yourself?
No, not at all.
Do you feel like this was purposeful?
Please excuse me for interrupting you. I didn't hear what you said.
I said, do you feel like it was purposeful that he didn't bring it up, or just negligence? Like, what you think?
A combination of both. It was just an easy conviction.
Got it. Damn.
And because I was so ignorant to the law at the time, I was 20, 21 years old. I had never been in a situation like that before. So all I had was to go off of what he was telling me. But I should have took the stand. That was my fault. I should have took the stand and told my story.
Okay. So where you at now when it comes to litigation with this, bro?
Now I'm on my successive post-conviction petition. Okay. And I got a lawyer and a private investigator who she got all my information, all my paperwork, and she looking into it. She's almost finished, and she basically guaranteed me like she got me. She gonna get me up out of here. It just took her time to get all the facts together and
Okay. So what is it that you like? What kind of support, or do you have any petitions or anything that you like? What you need from the people as far as support when it comes to what's going on with you?
Just support me as far as buying my book, helping me get my story out there, stuff like that.
All right, so let's talk about your book. You wrote a book. It's called No Fairytale, Remnants of a Lost Nation, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so what made you want to write this book?
Okay, so I chose that title because obviously my life hasn't been a fairy tale. Mm-hmm. And the more I analyze my people, the environment in which we live and how we treat each other, for the most part, I see us as a lost nation. Like, they say a nation who know who they are can never be an enslaved nation. Mm. And it's clear like the majority of us don't know who we are, because if we did, we wouldn't be hurting each other and putting each other in these situations to where we even got to go through this. So, I basically just wanted to put all of my thoughts, all of my experiences, and all of my feelings in the words so that the people could hear my story and hear the truth, because it's been a lot of lies. You know, everybody got a story, got something to say about my story, but it's not the truth. I never grew up wanting to or thinking that I would ever take somebody's life. Right. But when somebody trying to kill you, especially for nothing, it brings out a whole nother side.
Yeah, I think that most people would be hard pressed to say that they wouldn't defend themselves if they was in danger. You know what I mean? So you said that we can find your book, we can purchase it on Amazon on the Kindle, correct?
Yeah, man. On the Kindle Unlimited for $5.15.
Okay, for sure. Y'all definitely need to make sure y'all check that out so you can hear the brother's story and what's going on with him. So let me ask you, bro, 18 years is a long time. Besides fighting for your freedom, what else have you been up to?
And just studying, researching, so I can proclaim my nationality, staying healthy, eating right, exercising, building relationships, still raising babies, helping as many women out as I possibly can, in any way that I can from behind these bars, just trying to stay connected to the community, stay relevant, and still help build my nation.
For sure.
By any means necessary.
Okay. As a nation builder, I can definitely respect that. So let me ask you this. Is there anything that you feel like the people should know that you haven't had an opportunity to say yet?
I feel like the people should know that even though we, in this country, we identify as black, the term black is not a nationality attached to a body of land. So I feel like it's time for us as a people to actually really research our roots and study our history and find out who we really are so that we can proclaim our nationality. So that everything that's ours, from our land to our natural resources to everything else that come with it, we get it back.
Yeah, I agree with you there, bro. I've been having a lot of conversations about this particular subject, and to where in cases where they, you have to fill out paperwork and they ask you what your race is, I've been putting other, you know what I mean? Because I don't know. So I'm definitely trying to research that so I can definitely understand where you're coming from when it comes to that. So I definitely wish you much success on your journey to find the things that you're looking for. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes,
sure.
ma'am.
So tell the people how they can get connected with you if they're trying to reach out and give you some support.
Well, they can check me out at Young Moolah, capital YUNQ space capital MULA on Facebook, and I'll get back with them as soon as I can.
All right, bro. Thank you for sharing, a snippet of what's going on with you. If at any time it's something that you feel that you want to add, or that the people should know in addition to, you can definitely reach back out and we'll plug you back in.
I appreciate you so much, Jay. Thank you for your time and the opportunity.
For sure.
Peace, y'all. Okay, and y'all can write me at Matthew, 2 T's, C. McKinnon, McKinnon. My DLC number 106441. The housing unit is 02-114 at P.O. Box A, Newcastle, Indiana, 47362. I appreciate the love. Be blessed.